Then UFC fights this weekend. Did you watch any of them?
You know what? To tell you the truth, I don't go out of my way, but I make a somewhat of an effort to not watch UFC fights based on what's gone on with me.
And we're going to get into all that.
Yeah, my career with them. But when I feel inclined to watch them, if I want to have people over and I want it to be an event or I'm into the people fighting, if you're fighting, I make sure that, I get it.
Gotta be a reason.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
There's got to be a reason. I have to really, really be invested and
I totally get that.
We were busy last night, so it was just one of those things where I couldn't get it on. But I did see the headbutt.
Yeah, it wasn't an amazing card, but that was the only talking point was that Kyle Dawkins versus Kevin Holland. Dawkins was definitely fucking him up the whole time. Then they had an accidental headbutt, but then they let it go. There was they went to a front headlock position.
Dars.
He went for a Dars choke. Kevin Holland was on his back. He got up, then he gave up his back, and then he got finished with a rear naked choke. So there was 4 or 5 sequences of events that happened after the headbutt. What if, Kevin Holland got him in a triangle and finished him off his back? Would it have still been a no contest?
No way.
But
no, it would have went all the way through then.
But Kyle Dawkins, the ref was talking afterwards, and he had Sean Shelby was right next to him, and other refs were all talking.
There was 7 people discussing it. I'm like, well, and then Hardin was in it. I'm like, he's not even reffing this fight. How is he have a say in it? Shouldn't it be? That's why there's one ref. That's why sometimes it sucks if you get a shitty ref, or some refs kind of let things go further, but that's just the rules and how it is. And they ended the fight, and then all of a sudden then he goes out and is discussing it. And it was almost then Hardin's whispering in the ref's ear and stuff. And I'm like, wait, what is going on? You can't change people's minds.
Sean Shelby too having an influence, because Sean Shelby definitely doesn't want Kevin Holland, who definitely gets paid a lot of money, has a giant following. They don't want him to take a third loss in a row to someone who Chris or Kyle Dawkins. I know him, but he has 4,000 Instagram followers.
Yeah.
He's
popular because his brother had a win before.
Right. He has 4,000 Instagram followers. Kevin Holland has 500,000. And he's relatively famous. So you don't want him to lose. He wasn't supposed to lose to him.
No.
So I bet they won't even run that back.
Probably not. It was funny though. I posted something on my story. That was crazy. Crazy decision. I feel across the board, most people agreed that it should be the fight should have been a no contest. I felt I posted that and most people totally disagreed with me.
Well, I don't necessarily agree, but there's definitely a headbutt. But if this is a precedent that they're going to start, then anytime someone gets poked in the eye and then eventually lose a decision, they'll be, well, I was affected by the eye poke.
Exactly.
Can you set that precedent?
I saw what happened, and it was a little weird because they both went in.
Right, it was accidental.
It was definitely accidental, and
the fight went on though. All right,
if they would have stopped it right then.
Yeah, because Kevin Holland definitely.
If you tap out, I think.
How do you go
tap out
back? You can't go back in time.
Kevin Holland he definitely got knocked out, but once he hit the ground, he woke back up. He was fighting, and they went from the middle of the cage, because when they show the replay, they only show the headbutt.
Right.
They don't show the fact that the fight went on for another, I don't know, almost a minute. So he went down. They were in the middle of the cage. They went all the way to the cage. He stood up. Then he took his back, got choked, and then they stopped it. So it wasn't he got knocked out and then on the ground got ground and pound and they finished the fight.
Yeah, it's like in the NFL, you watch a lot of football, correct me if I'm wrong, but if they go to challenge something, run the instant replay, and the other team snaps the ball one time before they throw the challenge, it's too late.
Yep.
So that's how I look at it too. Sometimes they'll rush, if it's controversial play, a lot of times they'll run up to the line just to get a playoff so they can't challenge it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's the same thing. That's for one play. This was a whole sequence of events, probably 40 seconds of fighting.
Yeah.
And then go back. I don't know. It wasn't.
Well, the other guy got hosed. Let's face it. It was accidental. He was winning. He continued to win. He finished him. And then they were like, no. He wasn't well. Shelby's in the corner. I'm not surprised.
Shelby should not have been even anywhere near that.
All right.
A matchmaker's making the call.
For that alone, the guy gets his win bonus to me.
Yeah.
If the guy goes over there.
That's another thing.
And he's talking to the judges trying to get involved. To me, it's like give both people their win bonuses right there because that's shady right there.
Yeah.
It's so
It's
shady
right there.
because like the commission and the UFC are totally different.
It's a
The refs
separate
have
entity.
nothing
They're
to do.
too involved. They have too
Right.
much influence.
And they're doing it right in front of everyone.
So now
Right.
the guy got half his money, and he's supposed to be happy.
And like that beating like a famous, well-respected fighter like
It's,
that, it really would have catapulted him.
Yeah.
That's like it's not the same, but like Woodley he's like hanging on, like hoping he gets another fight with
Right.
Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Trying
Trying
to talk
so hard.
just enough smack to get another fight, and he's not getting another
I
fight.
don't think
He
so.
looks like
Those-
pathetic.
those-
I'm always
those
like, oh
guys
my
do
God,
not-
You
stop.
made good
Run.
money. Use that money to
Yeah.
do something else.
That's it.
Yeah.
He wants it run back in the worst way. He's not getting it run back.
Why would
just
he?
like this guy deserves it, and he's not getting it run back.
No,
Right.
That's how
because
they
he
function.
felt it.
Yeah.
He was like, well, this is a good grappler. He's better striking than I thought.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why would they run that back?
Wow, what a
The only thing is Kevin Holland's pretty crazy. He might just be like, oh, all right, let's do it
that's kind of
again.
his
He's
brand, right?
Yeah, he doesn't really care. But I don't think the UFC will do it.
That's the only chance it happens.
Yeah.
If he's like, nah, we're doing it. It's the right
Which he
thing to
might.
do.
He's a little
It's
crazy.
possible.
He's
But I-
definitely a personality and he's fun to watch, but
I don't think he's scared of anybody.
no, he's definitely
No.
not.
Yeah.
But
Which
he
I
needs the
love.
right matchup. And
Yeah.
that guy's not the right matchup. He's a legit like.
Don't
jiu-jitsu
you
black
hate
belt.
that? He needs the right matchup.
Yeah.
He's not the best fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
or like top
Or-
10.
Yeah. Or top 10.
Yeah.
No.
He just says a lot of shit.
He's just entertaining for people
I'm a
that
fan actually, but yeah, if you need the right matchup, then it's like, where do you really
But
fit
when
in?
you see them start to
yeah.
for guys like, no, we're gonna get around.
But I think we
And
know that, but the common fans don't understand
No.
that. Especially that, and that's the thing. Now that there's so many fights, like he's headlined, I think, more than one fight, and he's only been in the UFC for 1 year. But you know, so people that are just kind of tuning in don't know the whole, like everything about that aren't like diehard, you know, fact fans like us and stuff. They're just like, oh, that Kevin Holland, like he talks all that crazy stuff. He's so good.
Yeah.
Just because you know the person, you know what I mean? And listen, anyone in the UFC is really
He's
good.
definitely good.
yeah,
but-
of course.
But-
It's definitely a weird fight. But again, like it just shows like the right matchups, and if the people like you and they get behind you, you could go a long way. And that's actually like a perfect segue into your career.